Hello everyone, hope you all are doing good. And in this video, I'm going to share my notes plus strategy of how I cleared my AWS Certified Solution Architect Associate exam. And I have my notes here with me. So we will discuss and go through each and every one of the topics. And in between, I'll tell you that how you can get these notes from me. Like obviously, it's free, and in the end we can discuss what different techniques which you can use to memorize some facts. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's start. So this starts from your basic understanding of the region and availability zone. So as you know, we have many regions, and how a region is constituted. So there is an availability zone inside a region, and that contains like one or two data center. And like a data center is something which is physically different, like located differently from one another. So that the benefit of it is that if one data center goes down, the whole availability zone is available, and all that. And in after that, like how we decide that we need particular availability zone. So there are these four pillars which will help you decide that which AZ you should, which region you should select. And a region is constituted of an availability zone, and an availability zone is constituted of various data centers. Okay, so this is like I have put it in box so that it will be more easy for me. Then like we will read about the different kind of IAM policies that will be applied on EC2s. Okay, various roles and what is an inline policy. After that, like roles, yeah, this roles, and so here like we will after this we will start our EC2 Elastic Cloud Compute. Okay, and this is infrastructure as a service, and here I have mentioned, like if you see this thing, then how we can decode it. Okay, and after that, various kind of EC2s, general purpose, compute optimized, memory optimized, storage optimized, then security group which are applied at an like EC2. So right now when you will start your first time, so the security group lectures will be very like easy for you, and you don't have to think that much. But after like watching all the videos, so if you haven't watched my video regarding how you should prepare for certified solution architect, so I'll suggest you to go and watch in that. What I have done is that I have told a strategy that how you should like make notes. Okay, and probably if time allows in the end, I can share it one more time. So let me use a red pen. Yeah, so the security group, okay, and how it is applied in different classic, like different ports, and you don't have to remember it, but it's good that you should know the difference between each and every one of them. And this much is very like hot topic, and like instance purchasing option, because like this exam expects you that you should know what kind of instance you will be using, because this is more regarding cost saving and mm, how like we can purchase some EC2s in bulk. Okay, after that we move to like elastic IP, why it is required, and difference between public and private IP. Then the placement group. The by placement group means how we are going to place our EC2 inside an AZ. Okay, so like these three are very important, and like in every exam you can expect one question out of this. Then this network interface. So what they have done is that they have initially started this by giving like EC2's basic stuff, and after that like after some lectures we will go and deep dive into each and everything. Okay, and what is the difference between scalability and high availability? What is vertical scaling and horizontal scaling? So like if I tell you what is vertical scaling, so if you have one intern, so if you hire a manager or a team lead to do the same work, that will be vertical scaling, and horizontally means that you hire four more interns. So that is like my understanding of remembering this vertical and horizontal scaling. After that, like we have like storages. So from here, like we start with storages, and what is a block storage, instance storage, then volume. This is very, very, very important. Like the different kind of disk will you will be attaching with your EC2, so for a better and optimum performance. After that, how you are going to encrypt those. So again, I'm telling guys, in the first go, don't stress too much. Just like just go through it once. But when you are making notes, your own notes, try to focus more on the encryption part, this scalability part, because this is the same thing which the exam is going to test you on. Okay, now coming to the file system. So this is also a kind of storage, but this is detached storage, kind of a network storage. Okay, so after this, we are going to move with the load balancers, and we have three kind of load balancers. Classic one is like not used right now, and they have improved it by introducing the application and a network load balancer. And the most important difference is that like application load balancer work on the layer 7. So I have made like OSI model layer, and in that, like the seventh layer is application, presentation, session, and transport layer. And our network load balancer works at transport layer. Okay, so you have to be you have to understand the difference between both these load balancers. And after that, the gateway load balancer is also tested, and we have like we don't expect many questions from gateway load balancer, but these two are most important, and you should know the differences between both of them. Okay, then there are some short topics like sticky session. And sticky session is used when you have an application like shopping cart, in which like if a user saved its data in one like server, then if he's like entering again, then how the user should know that okay, on which server you have saved your data. So here the sticky session comes into picture. And after that, the like cookies. Okay, what is cross zone load balancing and everything. So you can have a look into it. Then what is connection draining? This is also very important, and like you can expect some question like, so how the exam is not going to test you that they are going to simply ask you what is connection draining. They are going to relate it with probably application load balancer or your placement groups. So like every question will be a mix of two to three uh, concepts. So you have to be like well versed with each and every concept. Now comes the part of auto scaling group. So with this, like we have like how your application is going to scale. Okay, so your EC2s are placed inside an auto scaling group, and we have an like application load balancer here. So like if traffic is coming from here, it is automatically going to load between two availability zones. Okay, because an auto scaling group is tied to a particular AZ. So this is AZ1 and this is AZ2. So your application load balancer is going to distribute the traffic here, and your availability zone is going to decide that okay, how many instances I'm going to launch in this AZ. So these small things which you have to understand, that like an AZ is tied to a single availability zone. Okay, now there are some policies like dynamic scaling policy, target scaling policy, scheduled action. So these two, like the target and the schedule action one, is most important. Okay, and what is a cooldown period, what is a termination policy. After that, we move to our databases. And like initially we have three important databases: RDS and AWS Aurora and AWS Elastic Cache. So like you have to remember that RDS is for Postgres, MySQL, MariaDB, Oracle, and Aurora. And after that, what is a read replica, Okay, and later part also we are going to like look deeply into different kind of databases. But in this part you have to understand like the basic differences between all three kind of databases. And in like every database is good, but you have as an AWS architect. Okay, so you have to decide which approach should be best for our customer. Okay, so based on that, you have to pick up a database, and like how you're going to pick up only when you have a deep and thorough understanding of each and every database. After that, like caching, if we need more like read and we have like we have to save in a cache. So like we have to use elastic cache, and in that also we have redis and mem cached. So the differences between both of them. So as you can see that once I have made the notes, so while attempting mock test, if I like see a question which uses meme cache, then like I have highlighted some points like this is required for caching. Okay, and the redis will be used for backup and restore, good for leaderboards kind of thing. So what mistake I made while making the notes is that I haven't left any more space. So try to make your notes in such a way that later you have some like 2 to 3 lines so that you can highlight some important points over there. Okay. After that, we have route 53, like which decides that how the traffic is going to be route inside our VPC. Okay. So like they have different like records, what different kind of domain, subdomain value and everything. So you can have a look into it and see like this topic like CNAME versus alias. This is very important, and you should know when to use any of them. Okay, then the routing policy is based on simple weighted latency. So if we have traffic coming out of let's say Europe, and we have a server in India, so how you are going to route your traffic, and can you place your server in EU for a better latency? So each and everything, like first at this point, like the first time when you are like going through the notes, just don't stress it too much. But still like if you're doing it for the second or third time, I suggest you to make some connections between the topics. After that, like S3 is a kind of database only because it is help us to save objects kind of data structure. Okay, then in that we have versioning, encryption. So this encryption is very important, that how you're going to encrypt it, like S3 kind of encryption, KMS. Okay, and client-side encryption and SSC side of SSC, SSEC kind of encryption. So like just go through it. Right now I'm giving you an like general overview so that you can understand what can you expect out of the exam. And we have an Athena database which we can like plug it with the S3 bucket and perform some queries over there. Then this storage classes, so this is very important. And once you will go through it, you will understand that how and in which case we have to choose which storage class. Okay, and yeah, we have Athena over here, like it is used to perform analyze data in S3 and also serverless. So whenever you hear serverless, so there are certain like if it is a serverless database, then which database you have to select, and lambda is there which we are going to see it further. Okay, so then we have Cloudfront and Global Accelerator. So what Cloudfront does is that we have some edge locations. So with the help of those as edge locations, our data is kind of cached inside those edge locations, so that like customer, if we if our server is in India and our like customer is in US, so while using those edge locations in US, we have an internal AWS network. So like that we can take help from. After that, like we have some storage, extra storages. Okay, if you have like physical data, by physical data I means if you have so much data which cannot be transferred over net, so in that case we have some physical devices available from AWS which we can use. And after that, like FSX is a file server file system, high performance file system, and these are also different kinds. So you can just go through them, and these different gateways. So you should be like these are very 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 important again, because like in a single in an exam you can expect two questions out of this topic. Okay, now again, like decoupling apps, like simple queue services, a simple notification service, and then kinesis and active MQ. So you have to understand that when we have to use, if we have to decouple an application, then we are going to use the SQS service. Okay, and if like if an event is happening and we have to send the notification to a like client or us to us, then in that case we have to use the SNS. So the exam is going to test you on these also. After that, we have like AWS Kinesis, and like three different like we have data stream, firehouse, and data analysis. So you should understand that in which case we have to use which service. Then if you have an application that is like third party application, so when do we have to use the Amazon MQ client? Okay, and after that we have some containers, and like Kubernetes service, Fargates. Okay, and after that we move towards serverless, and we have Amazon Lambda. Okay, and like if you will go through notes, then you will understand that how like the Lambda works, and with Lambda how we are going to use the DynamoDB, and DynamoDB is a kind of database itself. So this is the fifth kind of database. So the earlier three were RDS, then Aurora, then Elastic Cache. After that we have we have gone through the S3, and this is like the fifth one. Okay, and in that also, in this also, like we have an a DynamoDB accelerator called DAX. So how it is helpful, and yep. So this is it. And the syllabus is vast. That's why, like in my previous video, I told you that it will require at least like 1 to 2 months of dedicated preparation for you to go through all the videos and make your own notes. And like guys, if you need my notes, then like if you need my these notes, then you can follow me over Instagram. I will provide you the link below, and just ping me over there, and I can share this Google Drive link with you, and you can have access to these handwritten notes. Okay, and yeah, so this is API gateway. Okay, like for REST APIs and everything. Then we have some architectures which you can look through. Then this is an overview of all the databases which we have read till now. And after that, we are introduced to some couple of more databases, that is Redshift. So there are like certain keywords which you have to remember, like OLAP, like online analytical processing. So if you see any term like analytical processing in the question, then you have to think of Redshift. Okay, and we have this AWS Glue, that is used to extract, transform, and load data. Then graph database Neptune. So if you will go through, you will understand. And after that, like monitoring is also important. So here, like from here, we start our monitoring part. We have dashboards, CloudWatch agents, CloudWatch event. So these are similar sounding terms, and it was very confusing for me to remember the differences between AWS config and AWS CloudTrail. But as you will move towards solving your like mock test, then like with each and every iteration, it will be very easy for you to remember those. Okay, here we have like initially we have learnt about IAM policies and everything. So this is an advanced version of it, and we are introduced with the SAML Federation, and like Cognito, and different like what is an organizational unit. If we have multiple AWS accounts, how as an organization we are going to like combine all those. Then what is resource access manager, and like this part is very much important, like encryption, because like exam expect, yeah, expect you to have understanding of encryption and how you are going to manage your services. So in that part, like AWS KMS and the further services are very important. Again, this from here, like from here to here, It was very confusing because AWS Shield, Web Application Firewall, Guard Duty, Amazon Inspector are similar, like it's similar kind of services, but you have to understand the difference between all three of them. So like here I have noted that not with NLB, so you cannot use web application firewall with an network load balancer, and these small things like you will understand after attempting the mock test. Now the last part, yeah, this is like this last or second last part of uh, our syllabus, and it is very important, like virtual private connection, VPC. And in that like these are the networking concepts which you should be well versed with, like the cider, what is a VPC, and what is an internet gateway, bastion host, NAT gateway. So like you have to understand when we have to use the NAT gateway, what is the difference between like security group and network ACL. Okay, so like just go through it and have like watch videos, make your notes, and I'm sure you will understand what VPC pairing means, what is an endpoint, okay, flow logs, site to site VPN, what is AWS direct connect. So I have made like these little diagrams which help me to like make this diagram in my head, okay, because this is very much important. And I suggest you to just practice making like these connections, although it will cost you a little, but like just go and like just do an hands on. So then also like it will help you in remembering all the points. Okay, then the transit gateway. Okay, after that the disaster recovery. This is very important because like these things, what is backup and restore, the data disaster recovery strategy. Okay, so you can expect one question out of this part, like the pilot light, warm standby. Okay, and database migration services. So if you're migrating your whole database out of your on-premises to AWS, how you're going to do it, and if your data is, let's say, in MySQL, and you're moving to a different kind of database in AWS, then you need an schema conversion tools, and in which case you need SCT, and then like some are kind of similar, so you can directly transfer the data. So like you have to understand. Okay, after that like these are small notes regarding if you need automation, then you need AWS batch, AWS parallel clusters, some other services. These are like small services, but you should have like you should like go through them at least. And after giving the exam, so this is the like the final fruit of your efforts. So this was my certificate. Okay, and that's it, guys. I hope like I was able to like share the overall syllabus of the exam. And again repeating, guys, if you need those notes, just follow me over Instagram and like send me a message over there. I'll provide you with the link of the Google Drive link of the same, and you can just have a look. And in case you have any doubt, you can always you are always welcome to like comment in my section box or connect me over LinkedIn so we can discuss further. Okay, so that's it, guys. And like the syllabus is vast, again repeating, but like if you like do 2 to 3 iterations, that will be more than enough. And like if you haven't watched how I did the mock test, so that is going to be the next video, and just come check out the description box. In there I will link down the link of that video. And yeah, we have like covered this part, how we should make notes. Then the revision techniques, again repeating that first time, just watch it like normal videos, just try to like remember whatever you can. In the second iteration, just like make notes over here. So you have to make notes in your second iteration, and third iteration is kind of revision, and with the like parallelly attempt mock test. And whatever the notes in between you find the mock test, just like put down here. So the similar kind of thing which I have done is that as you can see in red, so these like these kind of things I have like wrote later, and you can use different kind of pens, so that will be very helpful for you. And the mistake which I did is that I haven't left any space in between, so just try to like give some space in between, so that will be very helpful for you in the future. So we have covered the various subparts of it, and like I have also shared you how you can get these notes. Just follow me over Instagram and send me a message over there, and I will provide you the Google Drive link. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching my video, and you all have a very nice day. Bye.